Every year, more than 1.2 billion fashion items are made from wool, a material that seems simple but has maintained its place in the industry for centuries. But what makes this fiber so durable? Behind every thick sweater, scarf, or coat lies a complex and meticulous process. Beneath its soft surface unfolds a veritable chain of transformation. Wool is sheared, washed, carded, spun, and finally woven into fabric. At each stage, nature's raw gift is refined by human skill and modern technology. From windswept pastures to factories operating day and night, one truth remains unchanged. Wool transforms the seemingly ordinary into a material capable of supporting an entire global fashion industry. After centuries of existence, it remains a cornerstone of the global textile industry. Every year, more than 2 billion kilograms of wool are harvested from the vast pastures of Australia, China, and New Zealand, three nations that alone supply more than 60% of global production. From vast farms covering thousands of hectares, this raw material enters production lines to become sweaters, scarves, home furnishings, or high-performance insulation. The economic value of this industry exceeds $80 billion annually, including exported raw fibers and finished textile products. China is currently the largest processor and consumer of wool, while Australia dominates the production of fine, high-quality wool. But beyond commerce, wool embodies one of the world's most renewable natural fibers, a lasting link between nature and technology, and a pillar of sustainable fashion with a history spanning millennia. The journey of wool begins in the vast open pastures of New Zealand and Australia, where farmers manage their flocks according to strict standards to ensure a clean and uniform fleece. Each farm selects its breeds based on its specific goals. Merino wool is used for ultrafine fibers, while Romney, or Corriedale wool, produces longer, stronger strands that are easier to weave. Each sheep is identified and registered, with precise information on its age, health, and fleece yield. The flocks graze in rotation to preserve soil fertility and prevent overgrazing. Their diet, enriched with hay, grains, and minerals, promotes thick, uniform, and lustrous wool. Dry, well-ventilated sheepfolds prevent parasites and skin diseases. Each season, farmers vaccinate, deworm, and inspect the animals, as the sheep's health directly determines the quality of the fiber. Before the breeding season, ewes undergo a flushing phase during which their diet is increased to boost fertility and produce strong lambs with finer wool. During lambing, the ewes are closely monitored to ensure the newborns are born quickly. A few weeks later, the lambs are identified, weighed, and then moved to richer pastures for weaning. When the warmer months arrive, the flocks are washed, treated for ticks, and then naturally dried before shearing. Each animal is handled gently to avoid stress and ensure a full, clean, and undamaged fleece. After shearing, the sheep are inspected, any minor cuts are treated, and they are then returned to pasture. At every stage, from feeding and care to shearing, animal welfare standards are meticulously observed, as only healthy ewes produce pure, strong, and high-value wool. After several months of growth, when the fleeces mature and the weather warms up, the shearing season begins. This time ensures the sheep's comfort and allows them time to rebuild their wool before winter. Before shearing, the flock is placed in clean, dry enclosures and lightly fed to keep it calm and stable. The shearers, true specialists, use precision electric clippers following a rigorous sequence: belly, legs, flanks, shoulders, then back. The goal is to remove the entire fleece in one smooth motion, without breaking or damaging the fibers. An experienced shearer can shear 200 to 250 sheep a day, which is barely 1 to 2 minutes per animal. The dirtier, shorter parts of the belly are reserved for industrial products, while the long, white wool from the back and flanks is destined for high-end textiles. After shearing, each sheep is examined, disinfected if necessary, and then left to rest. Each fleece, the result of a year's care, becomes the first raw material in the industrial journey of wool. From the shearing sheds, the freshly cut fleeces are sent to the sorting areas, where human expertise remains essential despite automation. Each fleece is laid out on a large table and examined according to the color, length, and fineness of the fiber. Soiled or too short sections are removed. The sorters separate the wool according to its origin. The fleece from the belly and legs is used for industrial purposes, while the fleece from the back and flanks is used for fine textiles. This meticulous sorting maximizes the value of each fleece and ensures perfect uniformity before baling. These bales, compressed by powerful hydraulic presses, weigh between 130 and 180 kilograms and are then wrapped in burlap or heavy-duty plastic. Each bale is labeled with detailed information: farm of origin, sheep breed, wool grade, guaranteeing complete traceability throughout the supply chain. These pristine bales are then transported to washing plants, where industrial processing begins: washing, degreasing, purification. In the processing area, the wool is first mechanically opened. High-speed rotating metal tooth cylinders separate the fibers and remove dust, grass, and dirt. This process facilitates water absorption during washing. The washing system, consisting of 6 hot water baths at approximately 80 degrees Celsius, first uses a soapy solution to dissolve the lanolin, then clean water for rinsing. Between each bath, pressure rollers remove the dirty water without damaging the fibers. Sensors adjust temperature and airflow to maintain optimal quality. The recovered lanolin is refined and reused in cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. The clean wool then passes through a rotary dryer where hot air circulates evenly. The result is soft, shiny, perfectly dry fibers ready for blending. In the packaging workshop, the dry bales are fed into a mixing machine. The batches, varying in color or fineness, are weighed and homogenized by spiral rollers. The air is humidified to prevent static electricity. The fibers emerge light, soft, and elastic, ready for the carding machine. Carding realigns all the fibers in the same direction. The wool passes between several rollers fitted with metal teeth, rotating at different speeds. The fibers separate, straighten, and become finer. Suction systems remove the last impurities. At the end of the process, the wool forms a continuous veil rolled into a soft, even ribbon. This process restores cohesion and uniformity to the fiber, an essential basis for the quality of the fabric. In some artisanal workshops, hand carding with 2 interlaced metal brushes is still practiced. Although slow, this age-old technique allows for delicate control of tension and preserves the wool's natural elasticity and luster. Once carded, the wool goes to spinning, a crucial step that determines the yarn's fineness and strength. In modern looms, several rollers gradually stretch the slivers while the fibers are lightly oiled to reduce friction. Then, a twisting system winds them together to form a strong, homogeneous wire. Sensors monitor the wire's tension and regularity, while optical scanners detect any imperfections, which are immediately corrected by thermal melting. The wire is then wound onto standardized cones. In traditional workshops, artisans still use the spinning wheel, producing yarns with a unique character, often reserved for luxury pieces. Then comes the weaving, where the yarns become textiles. Before the process, sensors measure the tension, moisture, and density of the yarns. Thousands of strands are stretched across the loom, forming the warp of the fabric, while the weft is projected by a shuttle or a jet of air. Sensors detect the slightest break. At the slightest anomaly, the machine stops. The formed fabric is then inspected under powerful lamps, and minor defects are corrected by hand. The raw fabric then goes to finishing, fulling in warm water, fine carding to soften the surface, dyeing, steam fixing, and low-temperature drying. The resulting fabric is dense, supple, and luminous, ready to become a coat, blanket, or suit. Finally, the rolls of fabric reach the cutting and sewing section, where they take shape. In temperature-controlled rooms, rotating blades cut each piece according to digital patterns. The pieces are then sewn together on twin needle machines, steam-pressed, inspected, folded, and labeled for global distribution. From these vast pastures to the sewing workshops, the journey of wool illustrates the delicate balance between nature and technology, tradition and innovation. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our content. But don't go away just yet, there's more. The rest of this video will be just as exciting, so stay with us until the end.
Did you know that the soft, colorful, and delicate dessert we call gelatin originates from animal bones and hides? While it may seem surprising, behind every spoonful of gelatin lies a complex industrial process that transforms animal remains into one of the most versatile ingredients in the food world. Today, on this fascinating journey, you'll discover how gelatin is made from scratch with near-surgical precision, cutting-edge technology, and a history few know about. Gelatin has an ancient and functional past. In ancient Egypt, bones were boiled for hours to create a gelatinous broth, used both in food and in certain treatments. However, it wasn't until 1845 that inventor Peter Cooper patented gelatin as we know it today. A dry ingredient, simple to prepare and store, that revolutionized modern cooking. Decades later, during the World Wars, its value reached its peak. Compact, lightweight, rich in protein, and perfect for feeding soldiers on the front lines. Gelatin today embodies the evolution of this ancient idea. Gelatin is no longer just a children's dessert. It's found in medical capsules, sports supplements, cosmetics, and even as a key tool in the meat industry. But to understand all this, you first need to understand its properties. Collagen, a protein found in large quantities in the skin, bones, and connective tissues of cattle and pigs, is the basis of gelatin. Its ability to form a gel when cooled makes it a unique and highly functional ingredient. Gelatin has no color, taste, or odor, but its true magic appears when it comes into contact with hot water. It dissolves completely. Then upon cooling, it transforms into a firm, elastic, and slightly shiny substance. This texture makes it indispensable in thousands of products, from classic desserts to gummy candies, marshmallows, yogurts, and many others. Outside of cooking, gelatin plays a major role in the pharmaceutical industry. It is used to make soft and hard capsules that protect the active ingredients in medications while dissolving easily in the body. It is also essential in dietary supplements, particularly those enriched with hydrolyzed collagen, which is highly prized by athletes and those looking to improve the health of their skin and joints. In the cosmetic sector, it is found in creams, gels, masks, and even shampoos. Its ability to improve skin elasticity and strengthen hair and nails makes it a valuable ingredient. Gelatin is also used in the meat industry, traditional photography, and even the manufacture of specialty collars. In sports, many athletes regularly consume it as a dietary supplement. Did you know all these aspects of gelatin? Do you prefer to consume it as a dessert or as a supplement? The industrial production of gelatin begins with the collection of raw materials rich in collagen. These come mainly from the meat industry, including bones, skin, and connective tissues of pigs and cattle. Although they are not intended for direct consumption, their nutritional and functional value is immense. Once collected, they are transported in refrigerated trucks to specialized factories. The cold is crucial to prevent decomposition and preserve the integrity of the collagen. Upon arrival, everything undergoes rigorous inspection and cleaning. Meat residue, fat, and other impurities are removed using powerful jets of water and suitable solutions. This step is crucial. The purity of the collagen depends on impeccable cleaning. Next, the hides are cut into thin strips and the bones are ground down to small fragments of about 2 centimeters. This maximizes the exposure of the collagen and facilitates its extraction. The materials are then immersed in large tanks of hot water at 70 degrees Celsius. This temperature is ideal, high enough to break the fibers and release the collagen, but without altering its molecular structure. To improve its solubility, acidifying agents such as vinegar are added. These substances slightly modify the protein structure, making the collagen easier to extract and optimizing the following steps of the process. This seemingly simple process is actually a choreography of chemistry, temperature, and time, transforming animal remains into a valuable base for gelatin. Then comes the crucial step, collagen extraction. The prepared bones and skins are cooked for a long time in enormous, sealed vats. This slow cooking allows the fibers to gradually dissolve, resulting in a thick, protein-rich liquid, similar to concentrated broth. Precision is essential. If the temperature is too high, the collagen structure is damaged and the quality of the gelatin is compromised. Too low, and the extraction remains incomplete. Each parameter is therefore strictly controlled: heat, duration, acidity. The resulting liquid, although viscous, still contains impurities and unwanted residues. It must undergo very fine filtration. In the most modern plants, ceramic microfilters are used. They trap even the smallest particles under high pressure, allowing only a clear, pure liquid to pass through, ready for concentration. This step guarantees the clarity, texture, and taste of the final gelatin. Each drop has been refined with industrial precision, the result of decades of research and expertise. Once the collagen has been purified, the concentration stage begins. The solution passes through large evaporation tanks where excess water is carefully removed. Gradually, the volume decreases until it reaches a thick, dense consistency, similar to honey. This concentrate contains the essential proteins, amino acids, and collagen structures required for gelatin, but it is not yet usable. To ensure its safety, it undergoes rapid heating, which destroys any remaining microorganisms without altering its properties. The mixture is then gradually cooled under controlled conditions. The collagen molecules then arrange themselves, forming a semi-solid, elastic, and shiny mass, raw gelatin. This block is then pressed through perforated discs, giving rise to fine filaments. These fall onto conveyor belts where they are dried in sterile hot air until all moisture is removed. The dried gelatin is then ground into a fine, homogeneous powder. This powder forms the basis of the gelatin we know today. But before it reaches our kitchens, it still needs to be given flavor, color, and character. At this point, one of the most creative steps begins: blending the ingredients. Sugar is added first. It not only adds sweetness, but also improves the final texture and helps extend shelf life. pH regulators like citric acid are then added to balance the acidity and provide a pleasant, consistent taste. Then come the flavors: strawberries, lemons, pineapples, and oranges, carefully blended to ensure a consistent, flavorful experience with every preparation. This is when the gelatin truly takes on its personality. Natural colors like beetroot, turmeric, or carrot, or artificial ones, are then added. These vibrant hues not only serve to beautify the product, but also enhance the consumer's sensory experience. Finally, stabilizers and anti-caking agents are added to prevent the powder from clumping and ensure rapid dissolution during home preparation. The result is a perfectly balanced powder, ready to be packaged. Packaging is the final but essential step. The powdered gelatin is first stored in large containers that can hold up to a ton. It then passes through automated dosing systems that divide it into precise portions intended for both domestic consumption and industrial use. The small 10 to 15 gram packs found in supermarkets are designed to prepare half a liter of gelatin. Family-size versions of 100 grams or more also exist, as well as industrial packs weighing several kilos for confectioners, ice cream parlors, or bakeries. Each bag or box is hermetically sealed and automatically labeled with all the necessary information: flavor, expiration date, production batch, nutritional value. These packages are designed to be attractive and functional, protecting the powder from moisture, heat, and other external factors. Finally, the finished products are grouped into cardboard boxes, placed on pallets, and shipped to distribution centers. From there, they reach supermarkets, convenience stores, and bakeries around the world. But before concluding, it's important to remember one essential point: the benefits of gelatin. It's not just delicious, it's also beneficial. Its versatility allows it to be used in a wide variety of products, from desserts and sweets to pharmaceutical capsules and dietary supplements. Its most valuable property is its gelling ability. Dissolved in hot water and then cooled, it gives a semi-solid and elastic texture that can be used to create flan, mousse, or marshmallows. In addition, it acts as a stabilizer, thickener, and binder in the food industry. From a nutritional point of view, it is a source of collagen, a key protein for healthy skin, hair, nails, and joints. It contains amino acids like glycine and proline, which promotes cell regeneration, tissue flexibility, and proper digestive function. Fat and cholesterol-free and very low in calories, it's ideal for balanced diets. It's often included in the meal plans of those looking to naturally improve joint mobility or strengthen their hair and nails. In the world of sports, it's used as a supplement to support muscle recovery and preserve the elasticity of tendons and ligaments. And in pharmacies, it's used to design capsules that are easier to swallow and digest. And most importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content.